Let's go. Okay, let's get started. Let's go watch the launch. Hello, Orbeez. Hello, everybody. Thank you for stopping by this incredibly spontaneous stream to see the Europa Clipper launch. I am so stoked and so glad that we are able to do this, although very last minute. So, Europa Clipper has already launched, and I do have to say that I did check the news really briefly just to make sure that nothing bad happened, but I've not seen the launch itself yet. So, I'm so incredibly stoked. This is so exciting. Alright, hello Kami Rays, hello Xenotime, hello Eggy Nugget, hello Mindforce, hello Matt, hello Podcast Senpai, hello Atropose, hello Mindforce, hello everybody. I hope you also like this new mic. So, because of how sudden this stream was, I was unable to get the audio itself to share, but my computer audio is pretty loud, so you'll be able to hear it through the mic. Hopefully it's not too scuffed. We're going to be watching the NASA live stream itself. Yes. Wait, my name is also on this probe. There was a website a long time ago where you could submit your name and it would be like printed on this like tiny, like, I think it's like a circuit or something. And it would be sent up with Europa Clipper, which is super exciting. I actually got a chance to briefly see Europa Clipper before it obviously is in the rocket. So that is super exciting as well. This is such an epic week for aerospace. Yesterday, we got to see the SpaceX Starship launch, which if you haven't already, you should go see it. It is one of the most spectacular launches I have ever seen. So yeah. So this live stream is about 2 hours long, but since that's a very long time, I was just going to play starting from T-20, which I think is roughly reasonable. So let's just play this.
Be finishing up here shortly and getting ready for LOX load on stage 2.
How's the audio?
There we hear the call out for the complete of RP1 on stage 2, but things are moving forward with
yes, the chopsticks. That was such an epic launch.
LOX being vented out of the booster, which is condensing.
It's being vented?
The air here, which,
is there an imposter among us?
So it's really the only cloud that's in sight.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sight that you see there on your picture of on the screen of Falcon Heavy.
Oh, yes. I should include the link.
As we look up there, you can see towards the top where Europa Clipper, the spacecraft and the star of the show, is sitting inside of its fairing. You can see the NASA logo at the top. And
I will include the link. Give me 1 second.
Europa Clipper logo, which is just below it, which is a pretty neat design that they made. I want to give you a little closer look at it. It was designed by the JPL team. Cynthia Phillips says she designed it to be something beautiful, something abstract, representation.
There we go.
We actually have a shot of that graphic. If we could
venting? What?
There it is.
I saw the live stream of Juice flying by the moon. That's so cool.
Water, ice.
Oh, the logo.
By the spacecraft, the shape looks like a snowflake or an ice crystal.
I didn't know that.
Portions represent the flybys, each pass of Clipper as it swoops in and then retreats.
Yes.
And the dot in the center can be Europa, and the star shape could be the spacecraft. They put a lot of thought and design into this logo.
That's so cool.
It's a beautiful logo. Everybody is on board. It's just incredible.
Yeah, no, the flybys go sort of like this like parabolic like shape across the surface.
Excited for this also, she and the JPL team, but beautiful logo.
Yep, looks good on a t-shirt.
I didn't realize it was actually a snowflake.
And there goes stage 2 LOX load. So the final tank that needed to be filled has begun.
Woohoo!
Continue to make great progress tanking this vehicle. We'll send it back to Megan and Jen.
Great to hear that tanking's going well.
Oh, they even have like another
Journey to Europa has inspired
cast.
Poet laureate Ada Limon to write In Praise of Mystery, a poem for Europa. It is such a powerful
poem.
Please check it out.
In Praise of Mystery, a poem for Europa.
I should write a
Arching
poem for
under
Europa.
the night sky, inky with black expansiveness, we point to the planets we know. We pin quick wishes on stars. From Earth, we read the sky as if it is an unerring book of the universe, expert and evident. Still, there are mysteries below.
What? Oh, wait, they really just cut off that poem? They were like, nope, back to the rocket. I did hear that there were some anomalies in advance for the launch. Apparently, like, something maybe with the fuel. But it was resolved beforehand. I think they might mention it here. It's crazy how far Europa is. In fact, when we're at Europa, it'll take 45 minutes for signals to be sent to Europa. So think about it. It's like if you send a command to Europa Clipper, it'll take 45 minutes to get there and then 45 minutes to come back. Actually, one interesting thing to also mention is that you should also search up the path for Europa Clipper. It doesn't go straight to... Maybe I can actually show it on my screen. Oh.
Below our sky. The whale song, the songbird singing its call in the bough of a wind-shaken tree. We are creatures of constant awe, curious at beauty, at leaf and blossom, at grief and pleasure, sun and shadow. And it is not darkness that unites us, not the cold distance of space, but the offering of water. Each drop of rain, each rivulet, each pulse, each vein. Oh, second moon.
Oop.
We too are made of water, of vast and beckoning seas. We too are made of wonders.
Sorry, don't want to block the
Great
poem.
and ordinary loves, of small invisible worlds, of a need to call out.
Yeah, I hope the poet got paid to have the poem broken up like that. It's beautiful. I love that they had the animation. Okay, so real quick, I just wanted to feature, so this is actually the path of Europa.
We had a little bit of technical difficulties there. The package paused a little bit, but I still think that you could really feel...
Here, I'm gonna pause it real quick.
And now we're so lucky to have...
So I just wanted to show you guys the path of Europa Clipper. So it doesn't go straight to Europa. In fact, wow, this is a little outdated, but the launch sort of has a gravitational assist with Earth and then Mars, and then it goes around back to Earth, and then it goes to Jupiter. So this entire path takes 6 years. 6 years. Absolutely insane. Yeah, no. It's really interesting how they designed it, but apparently this is the most efficient way. Actually, if you haven't already heard, there was an issue that some people were discussing about where so Europa is going to go, it's really close to Jupiter, and Jupiter has a heck ton of radiation. And there was an issue where the transistors or the circuitry that they used to build Europa Clipper could potentially be fried by Jupiter's radiation. And so they were thinking about delaying the launch. The issue is that this window is so precious that once this launch is delayed, the next window is probably going to be like 3 to 6 years from now. And it takes 6 years to also get to Europa, which would have put this on an absolute disaster. But apparently it was resolved. The issue was that they wanted to create new transistors, but of course they didn't have the time. And I think later they showed that it wouldn't be an issue. So that's all good. All right, let's resume.
Have Ada Labone here with us. Thank you so much for being here. That was so moving. I was getting goosebumps.
Oh, thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. Such a thrill.
I want to ask you, what made you want to write about Europa, and how did you find, I mean, truly the perfect words for that piece?
Oh, thank you. I think for me it was so incredible to be invited to write this poem.
Looks like there's a bit of
And
delay.
when I was struggling with this incredible prompt and this incredible ask, I realized that it's not just a poem that's going to Europa, not just a poem that's on the Europa Clipper, but a poem that's for us. It's a poem for everyone here on Earth. And that was really important to me as I tried to choose the right imagery and the right language.
Not a tough ask at all.
No, not at all.
And not only that, but we're taking your poem with us. So we have here a replica of the vault plate.
Whoa.
That is part of our vault.
I should write a poem.
Protecting all the sensitive electronics from all that radiation, and it's written in your own handwriting. How does it
Wow.
feel knowing that a piece of you
That's
is
so cool.
You know, one of the things that I keep focusing on is that it really is a poem for all of us. But when they asked me to do it in my own handwriting,
Right now, it
grandmother
seems
had
like they're
passed
just
away
going
years
over this
ago. She
poem.
was the one who taught me to really make my handwriting as perfect as could be. And every time I look at this piece, I feel like my grandmother is part of this project too.
I heard you had to rewrite it a few times to get it just
You
right.
think?
How much would that sell on eBay? Probably a lot.
The poem itself, I assure you. And what do you hope people take away from this?
You know, I really hope that as we embark
Oh,
on
a whole
this
pot of
journey
coffee. I
together,
actually have some really
that
nice green tea with me.
we are reminded of the wonders all around us. That it's not just in these huge moments of
We gotta
exploration
start sending
that we're
VTubers in
visible,
space. Am I gonna be the
that
first
we are
VTuber in
exploring
space?
all the time.
Maybe.
And we can't be lonely if we are all connected to this universe.
Well put. Thank you so much. And I mean, one other note that I want to point out is, Jenny has always talked about this, that mix between science and art. I mean, really, there is a connection we should be talking about.
Oof. It's
Yeah,
glitching
I
out.
think that it's so important. In fact, we do ourselves a disservice when we separate.
Do
art
any of you
from
guys do
science,
poetry?
because we're
I know
connected
there's a
by
lot of
curiosity
overlap
and
between physics and poetry,
You are
physics
so
and
well-spoken. I
philosophy.
see why you're the US poet.
I have never actually done any poetry of the sorts, but
Of poetry.
I've always wondered what it would be like to do
It's
it.
been the honor of my life.
Thank you. Thank you so
Whew,
much.
this stream is really buggy.
You are inspired, really, as Ada was, to write about our universe, and you want to write your own poetry. The QR code on your screen now is going to take you to a space poetry writing activity
Yo!
brought to you by NASA.
Wait, I want to do that. Write a
All right,
poem.
another check of the clock. We are now
about
11
space.
minutes, 51 seconds and counting from liftoff.
Oh my god, 10 minutes left.
In a few more NASA social questions. What do you think?
Absolutely, I'm ready for him.
Okay, let's pull the first one.
Eggy,
out on the
it's
screen
your
right
time
now.
to shine. It's your time to shine.
We convert images to evidence of valid life and organisms. If it's proven, the next steps.
Absolutely. So, Europa Clipper is not a life detection mission. So we're not
What kinds of tea are you guys drinking right now? Because this green tea is really good. I also got some pumpkin spiced sandwich cookies,
And so, even so, the
which
images
are
that
also
we
very
get,
yummy.
We learn so much from images. Even just
My,
looking
like,
at a
default
photograph of the
snack,
surface
though, has to be
tells us
peanuts.
a lot about the geology, why the surface looks the way it does. That can tell
Also,
us what's
this
going on.
bugginess of the stream is not me. It is this is NASA.
So that tells us
This is
a lot.
NASA.
So there's a lot we can infer from even just looking at images of the surface.
Yeah, I mean, considering that you're talking about this, let's actually pull up a picture. So,
I'm a painter and sew a fair bit.
that prior
Ooh,
mission
well
started
then you must be really interested in art
Well,
too.
this is a 2022 pic from the Juno spacecraft, taken from less than 310 miles
Wow.
above the moon.
That's really beautiful, other than the fact that
That's what Jenny was
it
talking
keeps
about,
bugging out on the
actually
screen.
images
NASA
that
scuff.
crisscross the moon's surface. I mean, from this image, that's
So
what
Europa
I
looks really
discovered
scratchy,
that maybe there is
but apparently the reason for that is because that's sort of when like water starts to water emerges out of these cracks and immediately freezes. That's what causes these cracks. And that's why we're going to Europa, because it literally has an ocean underneath its surface. And that could possibly have like habitable life. I don't know if you guys have ever seen images of like the hydrothermal vents at the bottom of the ocean. It could be something like that on Europa.
That led us to believe that there is water underneath the ice.
right? So we know.
Yes, it's because of the
Well, it
ice.
is Jupiter's fourth largest moon and only slightly larger than our moon. It's really, really cold at Europa. Surface temperatures range from about -210 to -300.
Yeah, it's super reflective because it's made of ice.
Its ice shell is 10 to 15 miles thick. Because of all that ice, Europa is 6 times brighter. And the spacecraft now on internal power. There is strong evidence of our ocean, of an ocean beneath that icy crust that could hold over twice the volume of Earth's oceans. And then Europa is Jupiter every 3.5 Earth days, with the same side always facing the planet. That is super fast.
That is 3.5. Think about that for a second. 3.5.
Wow,
days
this stream
to
is like
orbit
bugging
Jupiter.
out.
That's so fast.
Yeah. All right, and let's take a look at the launch countdown again. We are now 9 minutes and counting.
Oh, less than 10.
No issues to speak right now. The weather conditions are fantastic.
Expansion cracks in the road.
Jenny, how are you feeling?
I am just absolutely buzzing. I'm very enthusiastic.
Europa, yes. The reason why it lacks craters is because there's some sort of geological processes renewing the surface. In that case, it could be like plumes coming out from the ice. It could be like the ice that's being shifted, and like it could be like going in and out of the surface.
Study of how, life is distributed around the universe.
RP1 load is complete.
And so one of the things that
Also, yes, no, this stream is like very scuffed. I don't know why it's so buggy. I don't think it's from my end.
Going to see it.
Yeah, no,
Lots of
it's...
astrobiology community, and of course
I think it's from the stream itself.
Well, Jenny, here we go with the final moments of the launch countdown. Let's head over to Daryl and Mick.
All right, thank you very much, ladies. And here at Hangar AE, we are continuing to monitor the launch countdown. And so far, we're at minutes and counting. We're listening to the launch teams. They are monitoring some temperature data coming from the
Hopefully it
second
gets
stage
better before the launch.
line that goes to the engine there.
How would a rover maneuver on the surface? I mean, this is a satellite, so it's going to be soaring over it, having multiple flybys. I guess a rover would be a whole other question, but I don't think its terrain is as rocky as Mars mayhaps. I mean, there's probably like mountains and like the scratches are probably quite deep, but
as the team gets the vehicle ready.
actually,
JPL and Calif also on console for their space.
one other thing that I've heard about is that at Enceladus, there is another ocean underneath its surface, and they're planning to launch like these robot snakes that could actually like go into the ocean and explore it, which is super cool.
Shifted their spacecraft to internal power.
Yeah, they started transitioning into internal power. We'll get full confirmation of that in about 2 minutes, but things are good to go, and things are looking good. Preparations for the spacecraft to move forward.
Engine chill has started.
I don't know why it's bugging out like that.
Booster engine chill started on the 27 Merlin engines, getting ready.
Okay,
for
hopefully it
liftoff
calms
at
down a little bit.
12:06 p.m. today.
I want it to at least be
T-minus
working
6
during the
45
launch,
seconds and
please.
counting for liftoff of SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket. For
Maybe if I-
liftoff of SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket.
Oh no, this stream is just totally bugging out. Yeah, that's what the S in NASA stands for.
It is a beautiful day here in Florida for launching a rocket.
NYRP1 load is complete.
As we
Well,
wrap
it
up
seems
loading
to be doing a little bit better than before, but we'll
first
see.
stage boosters, we've just seen all three go completely filled. Now we await for all three of the LOX tanks inside the first stage booster to get to their full point. You can tell they're most of the way there. As you look on your screen there, you see the cold, the icy cold rocket condensing that Florida air.
Yeah, the team's continuing to load second stage also with LOX, and we're getting very close. We can see on the telemetry here that the LOX load of the 3 boosters is getting near completion.
Okay, it seems
The
like it's
team
less
is
buggy
continuing to Follow
now.
the procedures and look at the vehicle, make sure that we are good to go for a launch at 12:06.
This is so cool.
But things are progressing per the procedure, Daryl.
Like, look at the very
All is looking
top.
Good for a great launch with this.
There's, like, the
beautiful
Europa
lighting that we
Clipper
have
logo
at
on it.
Complex 39.
Coming up next,
Sorry?
we are going to start configuring the tower, the strong back from the rocket. That happens in a little less than a minute.
We just heard from the SMD and NOM that the spacecraft is verified on.
Yes,
internal power,
please
and
write
things are looking
poems.
Good for the Europa Clipper spacecraft.
I might try writing one too. This is so cool. Oh.
We're also listening to the launch teams as they
Okay, I'm gonna eat one of these pumpkin
discuss
cookies.
what they
Hopefully you guys have your launch snacks on board.
The teams continue to follow procedure, as I said, and the work.
Pumpkin sandwich cookies from Trader Joe's.
Loading of propellant, finishing up the topping of the 3
Mmm.
boosters and the second stage. As we mentioned earlier, the 3 boosters are expendable fully. They will not be coming back for landing today.
Yes, it's called
So,
eels.
SpaceX is getting.
I actually know somebody who works on it, which is so cool.
Today.
Like, imagine going into work and being like, I work on snake eels that are gonna explore Saturn's moon. Yes, no, this is a really delicious cookie.
that strong back
Oh,
appears to have retracted.
my logo was covering up the timer. Here, let me just get rid of it real quick.
So we're getting some discussion on the nets
Mmm.
regarding the second stage.
Mm-hmm.
NY launch load is complete.
As we just got completion of
Okay.
launch load for the Y booster. We're looking for now the center core and the plus Y.
The flight got delayed for a bit because of Hurricane Milton. And so they held off on launching it. This is being launched from Florida right now. Which looks really nice, but Hurricane Milton itself was just really tragic. I've been seeing photos of it all over the news, and it's crazy.
Copy. Go pending outbrief of the issue being discussed on the anomaly net.
Affirmative.
Okay, Tim, so they've mentioned that they're working an anomaly. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so as we mentioned, they're monitoring some temperatures on the second stage, and things are the teams continue to look at that as they continue filling second stage with liquid
Let me get
oxygen. They're continuing
get
to
some
look
water
at
real
that
quick.
and monitor
Center
that
core, launch load
as
is
far
complete.
as they can into the count. So things are continuing to progress forward with LOX load. Center core is just finished up, so all 3 boosters are filled with LOX and RP1. Second stage has RP1 on, and we're getting near completion of our
My
stage
model
2
just freaked out.
LOX load as the team continues to look at that temperature in the second stage. But we did hear NASA launch manager Tim Dunn tell Charlie Myers,
Stage 2
SpaceX
launch
launch
load is
director,
complete.
that they are go for launch.
Go for launch!
Pending the resolution of this temperature issue. So the team is continuing to work that. And the team will continue to progress forward in their procedure.
And
I
so
did
these-
hear about
these
this.
discussions
There was a brief
are
anomaly.
happening very quickly as we are counting down now inside the final 2 minutes until liftoff.
Absolutely, and we just heard that stage 2 LOX load was complete, and the team is working that. And as you said, this is what they do in the last few moments before launch. They're working their procedures, following their processes, and having these discussions. But we are still progressing forward towards a T0 of 12:06, and things are progressing forward for the launch this morning, or this afternoon.
We are now 90 seconds until liftoff.
90 seconds! 90 seconds!
Weather is
Be sure to stay
95%
hydrated.
go.
95%
These
goal.
boosters on the outside,
There's
they
still
were
that
flown
5%.
for the Psyche mission a little more than a year ago. They are back on the pad along with a brand new center core booster.
Wow.
Spacecraft
That's just beautiful
for the
looking.
Jupiter moon Europa.
Yeah, Daryl, I can confirm, listening to the
Heavy is a
teams, that
startup.
everybody is go for launch. They have resolved the temperature issue
Woohoo!
on the second stage. Everybody's given the go for that, and Falcon is in startup, so the flight computer has taken over. We're
Robot Snakes is too close to Halloween to have good thoughts.
and there we hear Charlie Myers say that
I think it's
SpaceX
pretty
is
sick,
ready
though.
for launch. And,
Oh my God,
looks
30
like they're ready
seconds!
to lift off.
And there's a great update as now it vents out the locks inside the line of the transporter erector. We are inside of 30 seconds.
30 seconds and counting.
Oh my God, I'm holding my breath right now.
You 15 seconds and counting.
Oh my God, 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 oh my God.
10, 9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ignition. And liftoff. Liftoff. The Falcon Heavy with Europa Clipper, unveiling the mysteries of an enormous ocean.
Ah! It's happening!
Jupiter's moon, Europa.
Engine chamber pressures are nominal.
See that the chamber pressures are nominal here. All 27 Merlin engines look great.
Rocket beginning.
Wow!
Putting down 5.1 million pounds of thrust.
5.1 million pounds of thrust? That's crazy!
Coming up, they're going to back off those engines just a bit.
Yay, yay! Okay, but it's not Jover yet.
Phenomenal.
Here, the power telemetry on the vehicle are good there. Everything's looking really
Falcon
well.
Heavy is supersonic.
Supersonic!
They have reduced power in the center core to get through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure on the launch vehicle as we approach that. The 2 side boosters at full throttle.
A beautiful
Wow.
shot there. As our camera
Just
team
going into the distance.
Max Q.
locking into the rocket on a clear blue sky.
Wow!
The view from the booster camp, back down on Earth.
And there we heard the call.
That
from
is
max Q, the vehicle
spectacular.
passing through maximum dynamic pressure. Next thing up in about 2 minutes will be booster engine cutoff. where
Bye
we'll
bye,
see
Europa
2 side
Clipper.
booster engines, all 18 shut down and get ready for booster
Starting its
separation.
6-year
The vehicle
journey.
is performing very well. Looking at all the telemetry that we have, power and trajectory are nominal.
I guess they don't have
We've been
information on
flying
the
for
velocity
just under
yet.
2 minutes so far. Everything looking good.
Wow!
These side boosters, once they do their job, they will be expended. If you're familiar with the Falcon Heavy, you know that they bring the boosters back on certain launches, but not on this one, because all of the performance is needed to push Europa Clipper into its
Wow.
proper orbit.
They're just really just using it all at once.
Things continue to look good as the vehicle heads down its ascent phase here. All telemetry is looking very nominal for this flight this morning. Falcon Heavy is performing very well.
Wow. I know some people who were actually in Florida to see the launch. Hopefully I
Just
can get
about 30
photos from
seconds
them.
away from separating those side boosters. Their engines will cut off first, then they will separate.
MVAC is chilling.
Starting to chill down that MVAC-D engine in the second stage.
And that's where we need to get the engine chilled to the proper temperatures before flowing liquid oxygen and RP1 into it. So they're conditioning the engine to make sure things are ready for when it's ready to start up.
Stand by for booster separation.
Booster engine cutoff. Side booster separation confirmed.
Whoa!
There
Goodbye!
they go.
It's so surreal to
Those
just
two
see
boosters
it
previously flown
disappear.
on Psyche. This will be their 6th flight. We thank you for their service this morning. They
Booster
did a great job
vented.
getting Falcon Heavy and Europa Clipper on its way as the center core takes over
Wow.
and continues mission down its ascent. Things are looking really good in the telemetry. Power and trajectory look nominal, and chamber pressures on the 9 center core
Toasted
engines look
booster.
really good.
It did look quite toasted indeed.
And just a little more, 20 seconds from now, we'll get the cutoff of the main engine on the center core booster that remains.
Wow. It's just so
4
much more
seconds after
quieter
that, we
too.
will separate. Flying out over the Atlantic Ocean,
Wow.
there's a look from inside.
There we
Pico.
see stage 1
Stage
shutdown
separation confirmed.
and stage separation from the center core. Getting
Wow.
ready for impact.
All these
startup,
cameras are
SES-1.
insane. Woohoo!
Giving some applause here in the Mission Directors Center, and there you see the MVAC-D engine lighting up.
Next thing up in about 10 seconds will be fairing separation.
NYTY FTS has saved.
And the fairing has protected Europa Clipper on its ascent up into space.
Oh,
But
is this
in
Europa
space, we don't
Clipper?
need that fairing anymore. So
There they go.
Separation confirmed.
Oh my god!
fairing has
That's
separated.
Clipper!
And those will be recovered, Daryl, by SpaceX's own recovery ship, Go Cosmos.
And there you see them falling away into
Goodbye.
space. That is the only part of this rocket that will be recovered.
Oh, how are they gonna recover that? Just like find it in the
glow of
ocean?
The MVAC-D engine as it performs its first.
No,
burn.
no, they're not
This
gonna
is
just fall
about
on someone's
a,
house. Probably over the ocean.
3-minute and 47-second burn. Things are looking great. Matter of fact, this is one of the shortest first burns that has been done on a Falcon Heavy by SpaceX, but it is required to get us into that parking orbit for that long coast that we have to get ready for the
This is
interplanetary
such
trajectory
an
that,
exciting
we're
time
gonna
for
need to
space.
get Europa Clipper on its way that we heard Jenny talk about to get those Earth Assist slingshots as it heads on its way for its mission. So things looking really good this morning with the performance of the Falcon Heavy. MVAC is performing well, and everything looks good thus far in today's mission.
Usually those burns
Yeah.
are the other way around. With a
I mean, if it
long
wasn't
burn,
for like
shorter
SpaceX's
second
Falcon
burn.
Heavy, I
This
mean,
case,
this
it
is
reversed.
it's crazy how
As we
far
look at some
progress
crystal
SpaceX has also
clear
made.
views of the MVAC-D engine, the stage 2 that's carrying
Give up on the
Europa Clipper.
plasma propulsion engine for Clipper?
Orbital light is shining both on the spacecraft, the second stage, and on planet Earth.
Center
And
core
it is
FPS
beautiful.
Wow, this is a gorgeous shot.
There we've heard that the flight termination system on the center core has been saved as it heads back to splash down. Things are looking good. I can tell you, Daryl, we had a beautiful weather day for launch, and as we're looking at MVAC flying in space with Europa Clipper, it is such a gorgeous view with Earth behind it, and so we could not have had a better day for a mission launch today.
No doubt about it, Mick. It was simply gorgeous. We had a hurricane a week ago, but after that pushed out, it brought us in its wake near perfect weather for launch.
I guess
Now
after
we're
the
in
hurricane,
space,
there was really good
dealing with
weather.
The harsh conditions up there.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
Stage 2 has made its way into space far enough away.
In
from
general, I
us
think
to be able
some
to
spacecraft
safely
still have
termination
ion
system.
propulsion.
From our
I know
safety
some
perspective,
small
we're about a minute
satellites
away
are
from
testing different
second
ways to do
stage
ion
engine
propulsion.
cutoff, as we will see the MVAC-D shut down and get ready for a long coast, getting Europa Clipper into that parking orbit and on its way for the.
That's actually a great question. Is Europa Clipper propulsion? I don't think it is ion propulsion, actually.
To get Europa Clipper started, so things looking very well. This
I don't
morning,
think
about
Europa
30
Clipper
seconds from that
is
stage engine cutoff, which we refer to as SECO 1.
Europa Clipper's propulsion module. Let's take a look at this.
Get into that coast phase. These views brought to you, of course, by ground stations.
Actually, the link that I just sent doesn't send. Oh.
That are pulling in a high resolution
Oh, so there's like propulsion
data
tanks
from the cameras.
behind Europa Clipper.
Just a few seconds away
I
from
guess
cutting
just
off
to
that
do
first
the
burn.
roundabout, the gravity assists.
And there it goes.
Oh,
The first burn is complete.
the first burn is complete.
Yep, things look
Wow.
really well on the stage burn.
Yeah, so they definitely
Things
dropped
really
the,
good. That's really good.
the
And
shell for
performance,
Europa Clipper
very
and the
well.
other booster into the
Performance
ocean.
by
They're not gonna
stage
drop it
two
on
is
someone's
first
house.
burn, and,
How much did the
things continue to
geomagnetic
move
storms
into
affect the
this,
launch too?
long coast
I mean,
for this parking orbit.
it probably had an impact, but Europa Clipper is like really resilient. It's designed to go near Jupiter, which has geomagnetic storms like orders of like at a distance so close to Europa. It's orders of magnitude larger than what we experience from the sun.
There you go.
Yep, hearing confirmation we have nominal.
Yes, it is a chemical
insertions.
engine.
We were looking at the telemetry here, Daryl. That things looked very good. Stage 1 and stage 2 performed very well on that ascent flight, and we'll continue to follow stage 2 to get ready for that second burn. And then, of course, what we're really looking forward to, Europa Clipper separation.
It's going to be a beautiful
Ooh.
moment. If the pictures are as clear as we've seen so far, we will see it in all of its glorious detail.
That would be so sick.
All right.
Yeah, no, I don't think Florida was that worried about a solar storm. TBH, I think they had some other concerns.
Bring that to you. Of course, any updates that we have, we'll check back in with you in a little bit. But
Okay.
now let's send it back to the host desk with Megan and Jenny.
Ooh.
Oh wow. I mean, if you're just joining us, welcome live to Kennedy Space Center.
That Europa Clipper desktop is so cute. This is so cool.
Launch pad with the Europa Clipper spacecraft. I thought I'm surprised you're here and composed, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, you did a good job of keeping me up watching the launch.
Yeah, how are you feeling? How was it to see that and feel that too? I mean, that was honestly one of the loudest and most powerful rocket launches that I've personally felt here on the Cape.
It was very emotional.
Yeah, it must have been so powerful. I mean, they said they had to use the booster all at once instead of reusing it.
And that it's finally going up into space, and just I feel almost at a loss for words.
Yeah.
Honestly, same.
I am sobbing. I am sobbing. But everybody can understand that, right? I mean, this is one of my favorite parts of being part of the broadcast, because I do get to watch it with the co-host, and really, this is so much of your life.
The other two have been used before. Oh, I see.
It's a huge, again, it's almost indescribable.
I did not know that. So the core wasn't one and done. Yeah, no, that must have been a lot of energy.
And to witness that moment is just unlike anything I can describe.
And can you believe it? We are still very much at the beginning of this spacecraft's journey. It is headed for Jupiter's icy moon Europa, which scientists believe could be the best chance of
Whoa, this is a cool graphic.
for life outside our planet. It will take the spacecraft 5.5 years to travel the nearly 2 billion miles to Europa. This is a mission developed by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California.
Hi-fi. When am I going to be up there giving the play-by-play? Europa Clipper should have been a manned mission with me on it, TBH. Honestly, it would be so cool to be at Europa. Though the 6-year journey would be kind of hard.
You know, that we think that there's this massive ocean of water.
Yeah, usually they post like the velocity and like information like that, but not here, I guess.
Europa has that water. That's one of the
I'll go too. We can all go together. Yeah, no, 2 billion miles. That's crazy. Would you guys go to Mars? Like, would you be like part of a civilization that goes to Mars? I feel like it would be cool to go to Mars.
We have several
Whoa.
worlds in our solar system.
Lots of media they're showing here.
Europa, we're getting a taste of what these
Ooh.
ocean worlds are like.
It looks like that.
Europa probably has beneath its icy surface a global ocean of water.
Mm-hmm.
We think there are thermal vents in this vast subsurface ocean. There may be primitive organisms there, similar to the original primitive organisms on Earth from which we all evolved.
I just love Europa's surface. I think it's one of the most complex surfaces in our solar system.
Yeah, look at those
Typically,
crisscrosses.
when you look at another planetary surface, it's covered with craters, just like our moon.
There are shockingly few
Yeah,
craters.
would you be one of the
I mean,
first
something's
settlers on
going
Mars?
to erase the craters, just like happens here on Earth, and on Earth we call that geology. One of the key questions right now that we have about Europa is whether or not there's plume activity.
Plumes are one way that you can definitely get ocean material to the surface. We really need a spacecraft in the system that's watching
My
Europa
hand's bugging out.
to see when those plumes are happening, if they're happening. Europa Clipper is orbiting Jupiter, and it's performing 49 flybys of Europa.
Each time we make a flyby, we turn on all of the instruments at once.
Most of us know about cameras because that's what our eyes see, but there is a whole slew of other instruments on board Europa Clipper that expands our vision.
Yeah, look at all those cool
That
instruments.
we're really using to take images of Europa's surface. We have the visible wavelength, the near infrared, the far infrared, and the UV, the ultraviolet.
Yeah.
We're hoping to see evidence of change, new cracks, new surface
I'm getting my degree to get the chance to go to space. That's so cool. So maybe you'll be the first person on Mars.
An instrument that can sniff the very thin atmosphere.
I feel like it would be cool to go to Mars, but I don't know if I could survive the journey.
And we have another instrument that can tell us the composition of dust particles.
Yeah, because there's plumes that come out of Europa's surface.
Instrument that are going to be studying that magnetosphere environment.
Oh, what? It like unravels like that?
The magnetic field of Europa, in turn, can tell
Yeah, no. It's been almost 10 years since our last mission to Jupiter and like its moons.
And then we have this novel ice-penetrating radar.
Yeah.
To try to get below the ice shell.
That radar is so strong, it can look under the ice.
a gravity experiment using the communication system of the spacecraft, and from that we can get essentially a map of the gravity field.
We can get the shape understand, what's underneath, maybe even get some information on the depth of the ocean. It's really a sophisticated
Yeah, I
program.
heard that they found the ocean using magnetic fields. They noticed some weird differences that could only be explained by an ocean.
Knowledge about this world.
Just to find an environment that is similar to the one from which life arose on Earth would really be groundbreaking. It would
Life
absolutely-
in the solar system is just such an epic concept.
The only place that life got started, or if it's really common. And a really important way
I think this is at JPL, by the way.
to understand, is there life elsewhere in our solar system?
I'm so hyped to see it up close
And we're
too.
proud to host JPL directors here at Kennedy for launch. She's with Tony now, and they both had a spectacular view.
No way. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, no, Zach, you're correct. That's a better description than what I just gave. Yeah, there has to be some sort of conductive material in like the water. Apparently there's also some ideas on how much salt there is in the water, which can affect the conductivity.
Thanks for the fabulous ride. Absolutely. And, Lori, what would you like to say to the teams who have put in so much hard work and dedication, to this mission? More than 4,000 people across many different organizations have worked on Europa Clipper, and we're so proud of them and so grateful for their hard work, for their families who've supported them, and especially the 150 or so with us from JPL who rode out the hurricane here. Thank you. Absolutely. And, can you tell us a little bit more about why planetary missions are important in general that we go and study? Well, it's really about who we are. Even though it's a robot we're sending out into space, it's a very human endeavor to want to explore the unknown, and especially to want to understand where life came from, how we originated, whether there could be other life out there. It's really a fabulous quest, and we're so fortunate to be able to do that through NASA's science program. Definitely. And, can you tell us a little bit more about the Europa Clipper vault plate and why teams decided to include one? The vault plate is so wonderful. It builds on
Hi,
great
person.
history. People know about the Voyager Golden Record, which carried messages from Earth into deep space. It's kind of following in that tradition, and to have a special poem written by Ada Limon, the U.S. Poet Laureate.
Oh, she's a U.S.
We're
Poet
over the moon,
Laureate.
over
Wow.
Europa about being able to carry her words with us and to carry 2.6 million.
Honestly, so in the video they said that the spacecraft turns all of its instruments on at closest approach. Well, actually, there is a possibility that some of the instruments could turn on right before, which can also reveal some other features about Europa.
Right. So just today, we'll be looking about 1 hour out is when we separate from the upper stage of the rocket.
Oh, it's like an hour out?
Very important because that's when our solar arrays.
Oh my god. Wait. If you guys want, do you think we should skip ahead? I mean, this live stream already happened, so we can skip ahead to when Europa Clipper is actually deployed. Yeah, it's just like zooming along here. We can go through and figure out when that happens. I guess the actual deployment, I kind of want to, let's maybe go like here-ish. But another really cool feature is one of the things we're trying to understand about Europa is like how long it has been habitable for. So let's say that like Europa is like moving closer and afar from Jupiter. That's so much gravity. And if it hasn't been stable enough, then life wouldn't have been able to develop. The interesting thing about Europa's ocean is that it's being heated by Jupiter. So Europa is actually in orbital resonance with Jupiter. So let me see if I can find a picture of what I'm talking about. Basically, all of at least the biggest Jupiter's moons are able to sort of have this resonance that pushes and pulls like this. So, for example, for every one rotation of Jupiter, like Io rotates once and then Europa rotates twice, and all these moons have gravitational impacts on each other and with Jupiter. And this resonance is what pushes and pulls the ocean, or at least like the innards of Europa, and makes it warm. So not only is there an ocean underneath Europa's surface, but there is literally a warm ocean underneath the surface. And there's like 3 ingredients for life, right? We need the chemical composition, we need heat, and I guess some sort of fluid or ocean or whatever, right? And all 3 of those things are at Europa, which is why it's so exciting. But the thing is, even though Europa has this resonance, if it wasn't stable for a long enough period, for example, one of the ideas that we're thinking about is that Europa could potentially have been moving in towards Jupiter or out towards Jupiter, and this back and forth could have also messed up the ocean. And by tracking these like minute, incredibly tiny changes in Europa's orbit with Europa Clipper, we can actually trace back Europa's history and see if it has been stable enough for these conditions to develop. And these are measurements that would not be possible on Earth because we're so far away. These are only possible once we get to Clipper. And also, another thing about Clipper is that we'll be so close that we will literally be able to like detect the plumes coming out of Europa. I think at its lowest, it can be up to 15 kilometers above its surface, which is absolutely crazy. And we can measure like the chemical compositions of those plumes that are coming out of Europa that we've seen with previous spacecraft and determine, are these chemical compounds that we expect for life? Or what if we find like little mini bacteria or something like that, right? It's so cool. Sorry for nerding out, but this is just so incredible. And yes, it will take 6 years for the spacecraft to get there, but it's been 10 years since we've been back at Jupiter, and we've made so many advancements in technology, including the radar that's going to penetrate the surface and explore the ocean. Like that would have never been possible back when these spacecraft were launched to go to Jupiter years ago. So, and also this is a spacecraft that is fully dedicated to Europa Clipper, which means it is like a full-scale investigation. Okay, that was a really, really long nerding out session, but this is why I'm so excited for this. Okay, let's resume and see where we're at. What? That's so cool. I want Europa Clipper nails. Here, let me... No way! The Von Karman... I was actually here when I visited JPL. I wonder when they're gonna do the, I just want to see when they deploy it. Sorry, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit. Okay, I think it's roughly around here. Okay.
Back to NASA's Daryl Nail and Nick Waltman for the next operational milestone.
Yeah, that's right. We're getting ready to read
Okay.
the second stage engine on the second stage of the rocket, carrying Europa Clipper, and it is just moments away, Mick. We're at T plus 47 minutes.
Let's go.
30 seconds. Getting ready to relight. This is a longer burn than the first burn.
Yeah, this is the burn that will get us into that ITO, or interplanetary transfer orbit, allowing Europa Clipper to be separated and get ready for its Earth assist maneuver. And there we just heard the call for MVAC ignition. The engine was chilled down prior to this, and ignition has happened, and the second burn is continuing on.
So this is a 3-minute and 21-second burn of the second stage. If you're familiar with the amazing views that we have at this point, then you know that we've got the camera on the second stage. However,
I guess nothing. They don't really show that.
To see that view for this particular burn.
Wait, that's so sad. Here, let's skip forward a little bit more. I just want to see the spacecraft deploy. Okay, here we go. We got actual clips like around here. I should plan the stream for Europa Clipper's arrival. Yeah, 6 years from now. Sounds good.
Insertion has just been reported in stage 2.
I'll be starting my grad program when Clipper gets to Jupiter. Maybe you'll get a chance to see the data and work on it.
Looking forward to that with the successful launch today.
We are looking forward to seeing Europa Clipper go off into space off that second stage. But in the meantime, we'll send it back to Megan and Jenny.
Oh, yeah, no, that engine is really pink.
All right, it's been now about 51 minutes, nearly 52 minutes until since launch. Our coverage is going to take you through separation and getting the first possible signal from the Europa Clipper spacecraft. Let's head back over to JPL. Where
first signal?
NASA's Raquel is somewhere new to tell us about the Deep Space Network.
Ooh. Oh, this was the room I was in.
Yeah, Megan.
Did you see? I sent a picture of it. I was in that room.
Operations facility at JPL, where NASA operates the Deep Space Network. This powerful system is able to communicate with spacecraft traveling beyond the moon. And joining us today is Amy Smith, the Deputy Project Manager for the Deep Space Network. Thank you so much for joining us, Amy.
Thank you for having me.
So your team is waiting to hear from Europa Clipper. Can you tell us why the Deep Space Network is so important with establishing communication with spacecraft?
If all goes well, I'll be studying theoretical astrophysics.
NASA's Space Communication and Navigation Program, and it is the critical link between scientists and mission controllers on the ground, and more than 40 missions that are exploring our solar system and beyond today. So the Deep Space Network is made up of 14 very large antennas, strategically located around the world. We have a complex here in Southern California, one outside of Madrid, Spain.
Yeah, this is how we talk with Europa Clipper.
And those are about equidistant around the world.
Actually, class, I'm wondering, what are you guys planning to do or already doing? I'm curious to see where you guys are all coming from.
Deep Space Network antennas. So with the Deep Space Network, we can send commands to our spacecraft.
Theoretical astrophysics is so sick.
Science data, and we can even collect navigation data so that the teams know where their spacecraft is.
Yeah, and what is Europa Clipper doing right now, and which location do you expect to establish communication with first?
Yeah, so the radio on the spacecraft will turn on about its separation and start warming up and sending a downlink
My hands are
signal,
bugging out.
back to Earth. And we have antennas at our Canberra complex, which are set up right now and waiting for that signal.
Quantum technologies and computing. Whoa, that's so sick.
Before and after.
Yeah, so the Deep Space Network
Environments within neutron stars at the moment they collapse into black holes. So that's some extreme astrophysics. That's really cool. I think theoretical physics is really impressive. I feel like theoretical physics, you gotta have like a certain type of like brain for that, right?
So the first thing we're gonna see.
Oh wait, Eggy, wait, that makes so much sense. That's so cool. No wonder you're so good at art. It all makes sense now. I'm joining the U.S. Marine Corps after high school, then a mailman. Oh, wow. Wait, this is so cool. You Orbeez all come from so many different places. Nuclear engineering, that's so sick. Oh, Einstein and Oppenheimer are so cool. You must have loved the Oppenheimer movie then. That was a really cool time.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, Amy. Megan, back to you.
The Oppenheimer soundtrack is definitely like physics core music. It like romanticizes physics.
Eyes on the solar system, which you can check out by scanning this QR code.
That's cool. Can we see Europa Clipper deploy, please? Please? Sorry, I'm skipping ahead. My attention span is really low. I just want to see Europa Clipper deploy. I'm a simple creature. Oh, it's probably like here.
Velocity has a steady state now for stage 2.
Oppenheimer gave me physics envy. Well, they just gotta make one for the biologists, right?
Getting close now.
Europa Clipper does need a picture book. Honestly, Europa Clipper animified would be so cute.
There you see the Europa.
Wait.
Those massive solar panels that you were talking about all stacked together.
Oh, those are solar panels. That's so cool.
This is a big moment for the program, for NASA, APL, and JPL. Let's watch.
Please, please, please.
Europa Clipper separation confirmed.
And there you go. NASA's Europa Clipper probe embarking on a long-awaited mission to study
Wow.
the icy moon Europa. And what a sight, Mick.
That is absolutely gorgeous, Gerald. To
Goodbye,
see
Europa
On
Clipper.
its way. Successful deployment from stage 2.
Bye-bye.
Very well
Oh, that's
today.
so cool.
Teams behind us are clapping and enjoying. That is a beautiful picture.
That's absolutely beautiful.
We can see that Clipper has successfully separated. Please say goodbye to Clipper on its way to Europa.
Now that voice you heard just there
Oh,
is
wait,
the
that's so,
Europa
this is
Clipper
so
flight
pretty.
director, Pranay Mishra. He's with the mission support team.
Okay, all stations, we are waiting for a sign of initial acquisition. Again, Telecom will confirm when we have carrier lock.
Wow.
And DDM will let us know when they see the first packet down.
You can see the second stage and the spacecraft just hit orbital sunrise, fully illuminated.
Wow, look
by
at
the sun
that.
coming over the Earth.
Well, Clipper's slow relative to the camera, which is moving, so...
They are now going to be monitoring for an acquisition of signal.
This will be the first time the spacecraft gets information. Looking forward for that.
There's a dog inside.
The hope is that they would
There's a shibe inside.
We're now looking at a split screen.
Whoa, whoa,
On your
whoa.
left, you see Europa Clipper. On your right, this is telemetry coming. Or actually, this is the ground station looking for a spike, looking for a handshake with the spacecraft. And we expect to see that in the form of a blip.
Daryl, as you say, they expect that here in a few seconds, but it can happen in a few seconds or anywhere from 15 minutes from now. So
Wait.
the team is closely monitoring this and looking
Okay.
for that, and we're hoping that we can gain AOS here very soon.
Wow, no, I'm at a loss for words. I feel slightly emotional. That was so beautiful.
Yes, there's a broad range of times for which AOS is.
NASA VTuber audition when? I will definitely apply.
Just wanted to comment from the video that we could see that the sun was on the neg-Y side of the spacecraft. There were very low
Wow.
visible separation rates and the negative Z.
I think this is the space operations facility that I was in.
Copy, GMC, thank you.
An acknowledgement from the team that that sunlight could help things out. They're looking to warm up
Signal?
amplifiers.
Signal?
Go, Faith.
Sorry, I missed the session IDs for SA sessions from GDS. Can you or GDS?
NASA does have like a lot of social media, but I guess they don't have a VTuber yet. It'd be so cool to be like NASA VTuber. Matt Damon is in the Clipper.
Videos there that they are warming
Yes.
up. And once they get warm enough, they'll be able to send a
Yeah, I want to see the solar panels unfolding.
And that's where JPL, the team that you see there, and
You were in? Yes.
California,
I was actually, I've got to visit JPL, and
basically a handshake saying, hey,
I got to see like this room along with the space operations like facility. I mean, this is a space operations facility. It's like the room where they talk with the radios and the rovers and Voyager.
That's affirmative. Do we have the time?
Yeah, I got special access. It was super cool. That'd be awesome. We start pushing. Yeah. Wait, SpaceX VTuber would be crazy. Hello, NASA. Neutral buoyancy lab. Ooh, what is that? Neutral buoyancy lab. I'll look at that.
leading his team.
Neutral buoyancy lab. Oh, it's like the giant pool. Yeah, no. I've actually known some people who've tested robots there. It's so cool.
Physics laboratory, their team on console as well.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. Although it'd be so cool to train there. I think it'll be cool, but it'll be kind of funny. Z swimming in the giant swimming pool. Yeah, no, it's a pool.
Monitor the search for a signal.
Yeah, no, this is all in the US. The launch is from Florida. Wait! The signal!
There it is.
Oh my god! Let's go!
Confirmation of signal from the spacecraft Europa Clipper.
Yeah, let's go! That's so cool!
There at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
We got the spike!
These teams have worked a long time. I've got some high fives.
Wow.
Flight, I got data on SSC. Copy, telecom.
What does a spike mean? It means that we finally gotten signal from Europa Clipper. It's like the first signal.
Symbols per second as expected.
Copy, telecom.
Solid data rate.
We're in lock. Flight, this is telecom. We're in lock.
Copy, telecom.
Wow.
Flight systems.
Go systems.
We have telemetry. We received good samples, and our displays are lighting up.
Copy systems. Initial access.
Yay!
And now they just locked in full telemetry from the spacecraft. Another big milestone.
Let's go! We finished all the milestones!
Flight prop. Go prop. We are vented and primed. Thank you.
They are vented! Let's go!
Now is ready.
This is so cool! Are they deploying? Why is it called Europa when EU has 0%? You mean Europa? Well, actually, Europa was named after Europe, the continent. I actually have no idea why. Maybe just for funsies.
Can please confirm if venting occurred successfully.
I was about to do that.
Venting
Good,
sus.
but we are seeing the valve venting flag. We're taking a look right now.
Wait, what?
Prop, thank you.
Wait, what's going on?
Go GNC.
We do see, there's telemetry just came in too. We do see that we are already in the mode GNC 3RS track sun point, and with the Z-axis rate is consistent with the Z-axis roll.
Copy, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, so everything's consistent. Oh wait, yeah. Well, Europa. Oh wait, yeah. Europa is a Greek goddess. Yeah. Sorry. I got confused for a second. And then Europe was also named after this Greek goddess. They didn't name it after Europe.
Can hear you, Sammy.
Europa was discovered by European. That's why they named it Europe, right? Yes, you're right. Europa is the Greek goddess. That makes sense because Io and Ganymede are all mythological people as well. I think they're all like lovers of Zeus or something.
That if both branches fail venting, the behavior moves on to and attempts priming.
Yeah, no, astronomers do have a history of coming up with very bad names. For example, on Europa Clipper, they have two frequencies, HF and VHF. So HF stands for high frequency. You might wonder what VHF stands for. It's very high frequency. Yes, this is not an ESA mission. This is NASA and Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California.
At this point, we are waiting the hour thermal roll, so we should all be looking for signs of being in the thermal roll right now.
Copy activity.
Yeah, flight GNC, just to confirm it again.
Because of the King of England. Wait, yeah, I heard Uranus was gonna be named Greg or something. Wait, Uranus is kind of iconic.
Good indication that GNC is using
Wait, class, everybody drop your favorite planet right now. My favorite is actually Jupiter. My phone wallpaper is of Jupiter. Saturn, I think Saturn might be the most popular. Pluto? Pluto's not a planet. Wait, I have strong opinions about Pluto.
So what you're hearing
Saturn,
is that
Neptune,
the
ooh.
system was primed.
That's a first. Neptune is a really gorgeous color. I do like Venus too. I actually have a poster of Venus, like this like NASA advertisement style poster of Venus in my room. And there was an idea that you could potentially live in the clouds of Venus, or there could be bacteria that survive in the clouds of Venus, even though the surface is like deadly.
Great job by all the teams on today's launch.
Honestly, Pluto was misclassified. I totally agree with that. I wonder if they'll show the solar panels deploying. Maybe not. Is that it? I think that's it, actually. I don't think they're actually showing the solar panels deploying. But we've passed all the major milestones. Make. Wait, have you guys heard of Oumuamua? It's like this like cylindrical looking asteroid boy. I think we like looked past, it was like an interstellar object. They came towards us. Here, let me show you guys a picture. Boop. Oumuamua. It also has like a really cool name. Look at that. Some people like theorize that it could like be a spaceship or something, which was so funny. It was the first interstellar object passing through the solar system. But it was not a rocket, and it did not have aliens inside. Seems like no one has Uranus. Uranus is a beautiful color. It's just, I don't know. It's really interesting that it's on its side, but Jupiter, like the clouds are just so beautiful, and the great red spot is just so fascinating. It's like bigger than Earth, which is crazy to think about. Pluto, but we live in a society, so Mercury or Venus. Mercury is also a good choice, though it's just a rock that's really close to the sun. Why can't we have a solar system of 28 planets? Pluto hasn't been able to clear its neighborhood yet. I heard that like if Pluto was classified as a planet, and if one other object was classified as a planet, I think it was like Eris or something, then we would have like 100-something planets, which is absolutely absurd. I think dwarf planet is the correct classification. Solar panels will probably be within the next, yeah, let's Google this. Europa Clipper, when solar panels deploy. Let's see. Oh wait, they will deploy after 90 minutes after the vehicle reaches in space. I wonder if they have a video of Europa Clip, or do they not have like a camera on the outside or something? Solar panels deploy. Yeah, no, it's a weirdly shaped object. I guess they don't have clips on this yet. Yeah. But this is so sick. It means a messenger from afar in Hawaiian. Ooh. I used to love Saturn. Here, let me... Oop. I just wanted to show you guys how gorgeous Jupiter's surface is. I mean, not surface. Jupiter's clouds. Like, just look at this detail. Here, I want to get a high resolution photo. I used to love Saturn. What did it do to you? I used to love Saturn and then it betrayed me. Here, let me pull up this image. Just look. Oh, oops, don't mean to block me. Ah! Just look at those clouds. Just, isn't that spectacular? This is why I love Jupiter so much. Actually, on Apple, you can like set it to a Jupiter like 3D model, and it's so beautiful. Like, look at all the dynamics, like the fluid dynamics in here. Planet X is the hidden gem in the solar system. Do you guys think Planet X exists? I was actually reading up on this the other day. And there's a lot of theories. Some people believe that there are some orbital characteristics within the Kuiper Belt that would not be possible without Planet X. There's some people who believe that Planet X is just like really stupid and dumb and we haven't found it already. And I know there are some people who have used a lot of citizen science. So if you haven't heard already, there's this website called Zooniverse. Zooniverse. Here, maybe I can even screen share this. Whoop. Let me see if I can try to screen share without, oop. Yeah. Do you guys see the screen? So this is Zooniverse. And what it is you can help submit, like help run like mini tests or projects. And all this data helps actual science. And one of the projects that they had for a while was this search for Planet X, where you could see if objects move slowly across the screen. Similar to what like Percival Lowell did to find Pluto. You compare like an image like before and after and see if any of the dots or like an object has moved in the screen. And that can be a sign of a planet, for example. And there's a way to help out with that. There's also a lot of ways to... There's this galaxy classification one that I really enjoy. There's also one to help discover exoplanets. So when an exoplanet crosses in front of the sun, the overall brightness of the star that we see dims because it's being like eclipsed by this planet. And one of the ways that you could help out with this is by looking at how it dips and seeing, oh, is that a planet? Like how far or how fast is it revolving around its star and so forth. Yeah, no, it's absolutely colossal how big the Jupiter spirals are. I'm hoping that Europa Clipper, I remember the Cassini spacecraft was able to extend long beyond its lifetime. If Europa Clipper also extends long beyond its lifetime, maybe there's a chance that we could see, maybe it can like go around Jupiter or check out the other moons. Actually, another thing that I do want to briefly show is I really want to showcase Jupiter clouds animation. I wonder if they have one. I remember when SETI at home was a thing. Oh yes, no, that was so cool. I remember when that was a thing too. That was a lot of fun. I think it still sort of is a thing. Oh, I should also feature... Oh, hold up. I'm getting an advertisement. I'm going to skip the advertisement. That's also a really great way to like help contribute resources. So, okay, I want to show you guys two things because I'm absolutely nerding out right now. Oh my god, please. I need to get to YouTube, please. First, I want to show Jupiter's clouds. Oh, I guess they don't really have an animation of Jupiter's clouds. Oh, they got this movie from Cassini. Let's see if I can loop. Here, let me. It's not very clear, but let's try to show it. Yeah. Do you guys see that? Look at that. This is so gorgeous. SETI at Home was this program where you could contribute your laptop's like computational resources, maybe when you were like not using it like overnight, and it would run like various tests and observations to try to listen for life. So SETI is like the Search for Extraterrestrial Life Institute or something along those lines. They're really dedicated to potentially finding life. Plenty of observatories out in Lowell in Arizona. Everyone who's yes, I did visit one near Arizona. I think that was what, the Lowell Observatory. I think it was that one. You should look at Voyager's Blue Movie of Jupiter. Ooh, maybe that's also worth a try. Blue Movie of Jupiter. It looks like blood veins. It looks like blood flowing in the veins. Oh, yeah. Here, let me... Here. Let me loop this video real quick. Oop. Here, let me show what I'm looking at. Do you guys see that? It's really blurry, but just look at that. Look at how dynamic it is. Yeah, no, thanks for the recommendation. That's gorgeous. I used to write NASA labs and get packets of documents. It looks like blood veins. I missed this. Oh, yeah. Said I crunched radio astronomy numbers for signs of life. Laptop, people build hold rigs. Yeah, no, I think it was just a way to get citizen science involved. If anything, it did increase a lot of like awareness about astrophysics and physics and so forth. Yes, I did visit Flagstaff, actually. That was a while ago, though. I think there's also one thing that I really want to mention. If you guys have free time today, you must go outside and look west southwest-ish. The reason for that is because there is a humongous comet in the sky. Okay, this is huge. Oh, wrong screen. This comet is called Comet A3, and you need to see it before the end of this week, because by the end of this week, there will be a full moon, and that will completely block out the view. So I did not see this, I did not take this particular photo, but somebody I know who is very good at astrophotography did. This is how big the comet looks. Keep in mind that this, however, is from a national park, so your visibility might not be this good. But the tail is humongous. So here are the steps. So you have to look towards west-southwest. And you have to go right after sunset. That is when it is best visible. And earlier the week, the better, because as the week progresses, the tail will look more faint and the full moon will absolutely blot it out. So I'm actually going to go tonight to try to see the comet. I know, isn't this so sick? Flagstaff is nice because in Arizona, but 5K feet up on the side of a volcano and fine forest. Yeah, barely south of west. Okay, I will definitely keep that in mind. Yes, definitely go and try to take a picture. It's gonna be so crazy. Here, let me restore my music, by the way. I forgot my background music. This is the first day in months. It's okay. It's okay. The comet will be up until like maybe start of November. So if you get to see it by the end of this week, you can also see it too. It'll just be less dim, but you'll be able to see it. I can see with the naked eye in the city. In the city? That's crazy. I'm actually driving up towards a mountain so that I can try to look as west as I possibly can. So, yeah, fingers crossed. I also recommend that you get binoculars. I actually have a set of binoculars with me right now. I also have this really cool laser pointer. So how about this? I'm gonna take a ton of photos and I'll send them into the Discord. So be sure to join the Discord. Be sure to join the Discord. It's gonna be so sick. I'm absolutely so stoked. Woohoo. Oh my god. Wow. This was a crazy stream, but I just love yapping about space. Thank you, thank you. Tonight we comment. Yes, thank you so much for stopping by. I think I'm gonna actually wrap up the stream really soon. Oh, one last thing. If you haven't already, here, let me actually, I'm gonna be doing a Ask Z Anything. Oh no, I meant to unpin it. Oops. I'm gonna be doing an Ask Z Anything stream really soon. So be sure to click that link. Also, I did want to mention, we are at 980 subscribers right now. 980 Orbeez. Which means we are so close to the 1,000 sub milestone. Which means we are also so close to building a brand new epic Lego set. Courtesy, oh, oops. Oh my god, I'm going into space! Ah! Sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm bugging out. Sorry, I accidentally scrolled on my VTuber model. Yes, so if you have any questions, and I'm also so excited for the 1,000 sub milestone, that's gonna be a hand cam stream building Legos together, which is one of my favorite hobbies. So I'm absolutely stoked. The engineer in me is absolutely excited. Also, I feel like my voice is definitely doing a lot better, which is great. Oh, another thing is, if you missed yesterday's SpaceX launch, I released a new short explaining why it's so cool and some clips on it. So be sure to also check that out and update it if you like it. Oh, a lot of things. So, to summarize, A, if you like launches, check out my new short. B, Ask Z Anything form. Please fill it out. And C, 1,000 subs is super duper close. We're so close to hitting the milestone, so keep an eye out for when that stream will be. Legos are very fun. Yes, no, the Starship launch was insane. Honestly, this is an amazing week for aerospace. I also haven't seen like people this excited about space in a really long time. I guess it's not like Apollo 11 level, but there's a lot of enthusiasm, and if anything, this is increasing awareness about STEM and making people really excited to learn. So this is a very epic time. And yes, if you take any photos of the comet, please send them into the Discord. Okay. Whew. That was a lot. Now I gotta be off on my day. I hope you guys really like this stream. I really want to do more streams like these. Maybe, if possible, I could do another stream when there's a launch coming up. But yes, about last night, the comet was about the same height above the horizon. It'll be a bit higher tonight. It's actually going to get higher and higher across the week. Yesterday, I tried to catch it, but it was like 1 degree above the horizon, which is way too low. Okay, well, I think it's about time that we wrap up. Okay. Woohoo! Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by. The energy is like really intense and exciting, and I'm just so happy that the launch was a success. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one then. See you guys later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Stay hydrated. Stay epic. Rewatch clips of the launch, which I will definitely be doing later today. Bye bye. See you later. Oh, oops, wrong. I got bifurcated. Sorry, wrong one. This is the right one. There we go.